My guest is Dean Bennett. Dean is the Director of Horticulture and Turfgrass Management at Brunswick Community College. Dean, did I get that right?
You got it right. That's
Pretty
good,
close
Jim.
anyway.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
I appreciate you having me.
You guys have a great story to tell, particularly about turf management, and that's what I want to talk about today.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what turf management really is.
Right. It's really an international field. You know, people think about riding mowers and digging holes, but there's so much more to it than that. So we start at sort of the more glamorous side of the field with golf courses and sports field management, but it goes all the way down to public and private garden management, residential, commercial landscaping.
Sure.
If you think about it, you look around, everywhere you see turf grass. It's on the roadsides, and that's all we're talking about is managing that turf grass species.
Right.
The species all have different requirements, and in addition, different desires from the end user. Sometimes we want to play a game on them, other times we just want to drive by them on the road. So we have to accommodate what we're doing based on what the use or the purpose is.
Now, the program's been around for a few years, and I know you have a lot of great success stories.
We do.
Tell us about a few of them.
Certainly. So the neat thing about our students is they're vary in age and in desire and what they want to do, and so they come into this program, they think they have some interest in horticulture and turfgrass management, they want to explore that opportunity. And so we provide a pathway for them, basically to accommodate their goals. And so when they come in, we start basically introducing them to the industry and to the opportunities, the career opportunities, if they so choose to go that route. So we have students that are in 7 states. Our graduates are working in 7 states across the United States, including North Carolina, all the way to California, Southern California, to Maryland, to Morehead City, to Miami. And those students are on golf courses. They're in working with irrigation companies, public and private gardens, landscaping, those types of things. So some specific examples I think that are exciting, just because we're sort of in the middle of professional golf season and we look at PGA sanctioned events. We have 4 graduates or students that are working or doing internships on courses that are on national television.
Let's mention those courses.
Absolutely. Okay. We have an assistant superintendent that's down in Miami at Doral, and he was just recently, early March is the tournament they're kind of making its way through. And then moving to Augusta National, we have an intern who's doing a 12-month internship there at Augusta National, which is just a great opportunity. And it's neat to see all the other students texting him, checking on how he's doing, but they're not allowed to bring phones onto the course, so he has to get back to us late in the evening. And then we have another student that is getting ready, coming up at Pinehurst for the U.S. Open, back-to-back men's and women's. And he is training now to be a crew leader for the summer to do his internship there. And then we have another student who's a volunteer, and he'll be volunteering at Quail Hollow next week.
Those are great stories.
Absolutely. It's
now,
neat to see.
We would expect that there's a healthy dose of academics, but let's talk about the fact that you have field trips, you have a lot of hands-on endeavors. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. It's a very hands-on industry. We want people to make sure that they want to work, that they like it, that they love being outside, and that they can meet folks that are in the industry, the professionals, the positions that they're going to once fill in the future. So we take, I'd say about 30 field trips, probably 28 to 30 in a 2-semester time period, so from a fall and a spring semester. And those might involve a conference where they're actually sitting at a table listening to someone from NC State that's a specialist in an area speak on a subject. It might also be out to the first tee where they're operating a fairway mower unit and a greens mower unit. It might be to Pinehurst or East Carolina University, our local golf course here, where we try to set it up now, and we've got great support from the industry, where the students not only go on the field trip, but there's something to do while they're on the trip instead of just standing around kind of watching someone do something else. So very hands-on, from gardens to plant ID, to soils, to operating equipment, and it's our firm belief to get them out in the industry.
Now, we talked about some of the students that are out and about in some of the great courses, but let's remind our viewers that so many of our students remain locally.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that?
Sure. We have right around 70% of our students stay in the local surrounding counties. And that's very important. That's obviously a big part of what the community college is about. And so it's important to us. Many of our students have families. They have ties here already. They want to stay. They love the area. And so we do everything we can to promote and build this area. But so let's remember that it really is from Brunswick County all the way internationally. There are opportunities. Anywhere people have enough money to eat, they are interested in horticulture.
Let's stay local for a second and talk about the great relationship that you and your students have with the First Tee.
Absolutely. The First Tee has been a great partner, starting back with Mike Reeves, prior president of BCC. Really got us involved. In fact, made us come out, and that was great. And I'm not sure I should say it, but we now have the code key, to the gate. So I think that's all right.
You're one of them. You're a regular.
That's right. That's right.
Great.
And they've just been a great partner. So the students, Jace, the full-time faculty member that works with me, our Turfgrass instructor, takes students out there all the time. And it actually keeps us from having to build and maintain golf greens on our campus because we have a limited staff in the summer and they require very intensive maintenance. So we can go out to the First Tee. They have 4 putting greens and 2 fairways, and so we get out there, they can mow them. If we accidentally scalp something while they're learning, there's no pressure. There's not a 200 golfers coming behind us and the superintendent feeling the pressure of that. So those local partnerships are really critical to our success.
As a part-time golfer myself, let me ask you a technical question.
Okay, sure.
5 or 10 years from now, do you see that the grasses used on our greens around the country will be different or much the same?
We're seeing it now. So you're seeing a major conversion from bent grass greens to ultra-dwarf Bermudas. Bent grass is a wonderful putting surface. Certainly, it's a cool season grass, so it does very well up in the Northeast. But the golfers, that's what they're used to, that's what they like. It is so difficult to manage here. In the summer in particular, it is struggling, and so it's a lot of extra labor and money. So these ultra-dwarf Bermuda grasses have come out of research at various southeastern universities.
Okay.
And it's a surface very similar to bent grass, but much, I won't say easier to manage, but it handles the summer much better. And so we're seeing folks understand that there's a cost, there's an input, both in our resources and in our labor, and that Bermuda grass, the technologies have improved, the cultivar selection's improved. So we're getting turf species that are equally as adaptable as bent grass, but much hardier and tougher.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Let's remind ourselves that this is a business.
Absolutely.
And you have industry partners, and you work with your students for them to know that it is a business, not just a recreational endeavor.
That's right. I think the important thing to understand is there are a set of skills that apply to any profession. So sometimes it might be as simple as our students understanding, hi, my name's Dean Bennett. It's nice to meet you, sir. Those just basic things, handshake, eye contact, resume writing. But we try to expose them in our classes and on field trips to that idea that there's a budget and this person is managing a budget. They have to make decisions within that budget. They have to manage people. They have to manage personnel. They have folks above them to answer to. Most of us do, whether they're customers or clients or a superior that's above us. So how do you manage that?
And while these students may be hands-on in their early years, they will evolve into management positions sooner than they probably know.
Absolutely. And we'll only have them for the time they're in the program. So we have to begin teaching those skills.
Absolutely.
And helping them understand that if you don't have to be a crew member your whole life. This is an entry-level opportunity, and if you do these things and follow this path, there will be opportunities that open for you.
Dean, it's been an interesting interview. Tell us very briefly about yourself as we conclude.
Sure. I'm addicted to plants. I've loved them from a young age, even before I realized it, and have a degree in another field in marketing. And my wife is the one that helped sort of redirect me and helped me realize I could make a living with plants. And I've been in the field. I've been here in Brunswick County 13 years at Brunswick Community College and in the field for 20. And I love it. I can't think of anything I'd rather do.
Well, you're one of those individuals that has found something that you love to do and work with every day.
When I get up in the morning, I like it.
Dean, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.